In the heart of Tokyo, Japan, a story unfolded that would shock the nation and the world. A tale of unimaginable cruelty, a nightmare that would haunt the minds of all who heard it. This is the story of Junko Furuta. Junko was a bright 17-year-old girl, full of life and dreams. She was a popular student, known for her kindness and intelligence. Her future seemed filled with promise, but her idyllic life was about to be shattered beyond recognition. On a fateful day in November 1988, Junko was abducted by a group of 4 young men. These were not ordinary teenagers. They were driven by a twisted desire for power, control, and sadistic pleasure. And their victim was about to become their pawn in a horrifying game of cruelty. For 44 days, Junko endured. Junko was taken to an abandoned building, where she was imprisoned and subjected to a living hell. Her captors, fueled by their twisted desires, inflicted upon her every conceivable form of torture. They beat her mercilessly, burned her with cigarettes, and forced her to drink her own urine. They subjected her to unspeakable acts of sexual violence, violating her body and her spirit. Day after day, Junko endured the unimaginable. She pleaded for mercy, begged for her life, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. Her captors reveled in her suffering, deriving pleasure from her pain. They challenged her to games of chance, forcing her to participate in horrifying acts of self-harm. If she refused, the torture would escalate, becoming even more brutal and inhumane. Junko's body was broken, her mind scarred. She was forced to witness the abuse of others, including her own friends, who were also captured and tortured by her captors. The psychological trauma was as devastating as the physical pain. Despite the horrors she endured, Junko remained defiant. She refused to give in, to succumb to the darkness that had consumed her captors. Her spirit, though battered and bruised, remained unbroken. She was a beacon of hope in a world of darkness, a symbol of resilience and human dignity. But even the strongest spirit can be pushed to its limits. After 44 days of unimaginable suffering, Junko could endure no more. On January 4th, 1989, she succumbed to her injuries, her life extinguished by the cruelty of her captors. This crime was committed by a group of 4 young men. The perpetrators were known only by their surnames Hiroshi Miyano, Nobuharu Minato, Joji Obara, and Masashi Iwata. They kidnapped Junko. Zrenya held him captive for 44 days and subjected him to unimaginable cruelty. After Junko's death, the criminals were arrested and eventually sentenced for their crimes. They were sentenced to life in prison, which, while severe, does not do away with the horrors they have inflicted on the victim. The story of Junko Furuta is a stark reminder of the depths to which human depravity can sink. It is a tale of unimaginable suffering, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, and a call for justice. May her memory forever serve as a warning against the forces of evil that lurk within our world. Subscribe to the channel to see other similar videos.